This is Tamir Moore in Wembley Stadium in London, where today the Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Detroit Lions 45-10. The Lions came to London with hopes of turning their season around. This week the Lions fired Joe Lombardi, their offensive coordinator, and a couple other coaches. But today, for the Lions, it turned out to be an utter disappointment as their season just gets even worse. They are 1-6 at the halfway part of the 2015 regular season. But the Lions did have some good key highlights. Like Keith Bell had a couple of runs. Matt Stafford was sacked 6 times in this game, coming off the 7 last week against Minnesota. When you look at the Lions right now, it has been touch and go. And Jim Caldwell, he is likely very close to getting fired himself because this is his team right now as the head coach. And so far, he has not done what needed to be done. The Lions have just not been executing very well. And opposing teams have taken advantage of some of their miscues. And I'll tell you, the Lions, they're lucky right now that they have a half a season left to go. But this team has obviously been disappointing in every phase of the word. And, oh my goodness, what can you say? They have the Green Bay Packers after a bye week. That's never fun. The week that you have to go up to Lambeau Field against Green Bay, that's never fun. But the Lions, unless they show some sort of improvement in their next couple of ball games, Jim Caldwell will be fired, and the Lions will have some even more changes. Meanwhile, for Kansas City, this was a good game for them today. The Kansas City Chiefs didn't come to Wembley Stadium until Thursday night, the latest that they could come. And Kansas City showed that they were the good team today. They scored a season like 45 points. Alex Smith, he passed for a couple touchdowns. A couple Chief players ran in, and Smith ran in for a touchdown by himself. So obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs, they did everything right. Kansas City didn't turn up the football at all. Kansas City had 2 turnovers today. Sean Smith and Justin Houston, who are 2 very underrated players that had big moments in big situations today. For Andy Reid, that was a must win for his team today. Kansas City is 3-5 after the loss. Kansas City still has a season. Okay? They saved their season, that is. But they got Denver coming after a bye week, which is always tough. By the way, the Denver Broncos hold the Packers tonight at Sports Authority Field in Mile High. We have 2 undefeated 6-0 teams gone. But Kansas City, they ran away with this one. This game began at the competitive game. The Lions scored it to their first series of the game. 3-point field goal by Matt Prater. Then Kansas City, first time they held the ball, they took it away for a touchdown. The Lions didn't score again until 7 minutes left in the game. Kansas City completely controlled this game, and they deserved to win this game here today. Clearly, Kansas City was a much better team, and when you look at the film later, you kind of understand why. And that's take care of it here in London. We had a great week. We had a great crew this week. We mentioned it in the broadcast. This is my first London game in the last year or so. It has been a success. The NFL at Fox continues next Sunday in Week 9, headlined by the Packers and Panthers at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. We have the Rams and the Vikings, and also have the Redskins and the Patriots. Late games include the Giants take on the Bucks and the Falcons and the 49ers. Next week, we will be in New England, watching Tom Brady and the New England Patriots host the Washington Redskins. But for now, for the rest of our entire NFL Fox crew, this is Tamir Moore. So long from Wembley Stadium in London, England.